the Tinkerbell Half Marathon with Molly. And if you looked at the collage that people were signing out there, there's a great picture of her first when she's pregnant and then at the race. And so take a close look at the picture of her at the race and the shirt that her son Jack is wearing. But next I'm going to introduce Trampus, Trish's husband, and he's going to come in and speak on her behalf.
My name is Trampus can answer. My wife was diagnosed November 2012. November 12th, 2010, with Hodgkin's lymphoma. But she was 32 weeks pregnant with Jack right here. It was unique. She came home 4 days before that. We were getting ready, my daughter, which is right now in there playing a video game, getting ready to go to an OB appointment when she was getting off work. She's a nurse at St. Luke's downtown Boise in the CCU, and she came home and she was ripping her clothes off, and she was like, I have this lump in my neck. And I was just like, it's nothing, it's you're pregnant, you're second pregnant, your body's going all this, and I was like, I don't understand, just let's go to the appointment, calm down. And she grabbed her pathology book out, slapped it on the table. She turned to lymphomas, and I was like, you don't have cancer. You don't have cancer. In the back of my mind, I was like, please God, don't let it be cancer, So we went to the OB appointment, and the OB's like, I don't know what it is, so I'm going to refer you to a doctor. And then this is the big theme. So we went to the doctor's, this document box, and this document box is like, it could be Hodgkin's lymphoma, or it could be thyroid cancer. I don't know what it is, but if it's Hodgkin's lymphoma, this is the greatest cancer to get. And we're like, what? It's the greatest cancer to get. So we're like, and then he referred us to a specialist, ear and throat nose doctor, and he's just like, if it is Hodgkin's lymphoma, it's the greatest cancer to get. And we're like, what is with these people? These doctors are insane. And so he's like, well, I'm going to do a needle biopsy, and that was inconclusive. So you have to come back to do another needle biopsy. So that was inconclusive. So he's like, Monday, because this was on a weekend, Monday, we're going to pop it out. So we prepped her for surgery, took the swollen something out, and he came to me, and he's like, she did fine through the surgery, and I was like, so what is it? Is it cancerous? What does it look like? And he gave me a smirk, and I was just like, oh crap, it's cancer. And so I didn't tell Trish, and then a couple days later, on the 12th, he called Trish, and he's like, do you have an oncologist? And we're just like, what? Really? On the phone, not face to face? So that was really bad. So the waiting game started then. We waited for 2.5 weeks to see our oncologist, and it was bad. Because, Trish is a nurse, she loved research because that's her job. So she was on the internet looking through sites and trying to get everything going and trying to find stuff. And all these damn websites that says, when you're pregnant and have cancer, you're going to go through chemo, so you might have to, abort your baby. And we were just like, hell no. So Trish is like, if that comes down it, it's my life. Jack's going to be alive. So, and then finally we saw our oncologist, and the greatest man in the world. He said 3 things. 1, Jack is going to be fine. 2, you're going to be, because of Hodgkin's lymphoma is a slow-growing cancer, you're going to have your baby full term because it's so close. It's a month away. And, oh, you would. And so, and then he's just like, with that, we're just going to do some labs, and then after that, it was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, after Jack, 4 days after, she did her PET scan, she did her port placement, she was a trooper, within 2 days, she was in the hospital for a total of like almost 10 hours. And then she started her treatment, and then she's like, yes, cancer, not cancer, but chemo is so easy to do, Yeah, no. She found out the hard way. 6 months, close to her treatment, was getting done. She was weak and stuff like that, and she was still fighting. And then she's like, "Let's get the hell out of here, out of Idaho. Let's just go to the Oregon coast." And this is after chemo was done, and so we went to the Oregon coast for a month because she wanted to get out. She was cooped up. So after that, it was about a month and a half. She got a flyer in the mail. It was Team and Tree. And she's like, shit, I'm gonna, oh, sorry, cousin. G-rated, sorry. To go to do a half marathon. This half marathon, and she's like, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go to Disneyland for the Tinkerbell half. And I was thinking, are you insane? Because you just got done with chemo, and now you want to go to run a half marathon. And I was like, are you just going to jump into it? Is there training? I mean, there was a lot of questions in that. And then so, yes, there's training, and then I met these awesome people in Team and Training. But come to find out, the whole theme of it was you have the best cancer to have is because of Team and Training. And without Team and Training, I wouldn't have my wife because it would be 40%, and that 40% is a lot. So I would be a single dad with 2 kids right now if it was still 40% instead of 86% before getting staged. So, well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Trampus. Thank you very much. All right, so I've